So I'm currently down in my, I guess I could call it creator kitchen or content creator kitchen, and I am making a TikTok and making some delicious garlic bread. So while I'm down here, I'm gonna whip together some dinner because I can't just have garlic bread for dinner as much as I would love to. But yeah, I put down a whole lot of stuff from the fridge that could turn into a pretty simple, nice pasta. To of course complement that garlic bread. So let's start chopping and cooking. So let's put this over here. Cool. And this wouldn't be a Sunday night dinner without a glass of wine. So this I found is a Sauvignon Blanc that was just in the fridge. And I'm gonna use some white wine in the pasta. So I need to open a bottle of wine. That should do. Also, by the way, this is the garlic bread, which I'm so excited to taste. So I'm about to put it in the oven. It cooks for 50 minutes, so I've got some time. So yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff in the fridge. I think a great flavor point is this like random salami that was sitting in the fridge for like a month. It's still in date, of course, but I'm just gonna chop that up and it's gonna create a great bit of flavor and just be really tasty. So I might start just by chopping this up. So I've just had all the salami on top of each other. I'm just gonna give it a rough slice. I'm sauteing this first, but just kind of give off, release a bit of the fat, and that will then render down the onion and garlic and tomatoes, just add a nice flavor. And depending how you do this too, you can also get some crispy bits of salami, which are always tasty. So this salami was left over from I made pizza, I said, probably 3 weeks ago. And I was like, oh, should I make more pizza? And then I was like, perfect, this will just be fantastic in a pasta. Just like a quick, pasta. So I don't have any minced meat or chicken or anything in the fridge. So this is just an easy thing to throw in. All right, I reckon that should be pretty good. I'm gonna throw this in the pan with just a little bit of olive oil. So while that's just running down and just browning a little bit, I'm gonna chop up this onion and sort of have some random bits of garlic that I didn't chop finely and put in my garlic bread. So let's chop, so I'm just gonna roughly chop up this rosemary as well. Again, just add a nice fresh flavor. And I've just done a rough, everything's pretty fine, but it's all just a rough chop. That looks good, we've got some color, got some of the fat that's come out. We'll add this in. This would also be a good time to get some water boiling for our pasta. I'm just gonna slice up my mushrooms and tomatoes while that onion and garlic cook down a little bit. And again, I'm just doing a really rough chop here. I've also just got a few olives here. I'm just gonna cut these in half. These will just add another great bit of flavor to this meal. I usually like Kalamata olives, but I just had these in the fridge, so well, why not? So just before these final veggies and tomatoes and stuff go in, we just need to get some wine, and you can use water or maybe white wine vinegar or balsamic vinegar if you don't have any wine or don't want to open any. But you need some tomato paste because this is going to really add that really rich depth of tomato flavour. So we want to put I'd say about a good tablespoon in, let it mix it together, kind of burn that tomatoey, that really strong flavour off, and then we want to deglaze with some wine, or I said water, or even a little bit of stock, vegetable, chicken stock, anything, just will kind of release all the flavour from the bottom and kind of give this a bit of a liquidy sauce. And don't worry, that will not cause a fire unless you have an open flame and kind of tilt it to get the the flame in there. You just want to kind of then cook this a little bit, and this will cook out the alcohol. And this is just adding a great flavor, and it is, as I said, creating a nice sauce, deglazing or unsticking all of those flavors from the bottom of the pan. And kind of like this, if it's looking like it's getting too dry all of a sudden, you can add some water, and then also pasta water is great to add too. So we'll put all our veggies in. We just want these to kind of soften a little bit. And it's also time to add our pasta. So this has been cooking for about 5 minutes, and you can see it's just cooking down really nicely. I've just got it on a medium-low heat, and as these cherry tomatoes soften, you can just squish them like, like that. And it just kind of adds and thickens the sauce, and they're really tasty. Now, I haven't added any salt or pepper in here because the salami and the olives are quite salty, and the salami was a bit spicy and had pepper in there. But if you don't use salami or olives, you will need to add some salt, and if you want pepper. And our pasta is now al dente, so I'm just going to scoop it out. And don't worry, you kind of want a little bit of water in there just to thicken up that sauce. That pasta water is quite starchy, so it really thickens things up. Especially if your especially if the tomato sauce is a bit dry. I would recommend using a slotted spoon, I just don't have one in this kitchen. So I'm going to turn the heat right down, just to low, and what's going to bring this all together and make it perfect is some Parmesan cheese. And you can add as much or as little as you like. So as you can see, that just kind of starts to thicken up that little bit of the remaining liquidy sauce in the pasta. So believe it or not, we've actually beaten that garlic bread, which I'm not surprised. As I said, this is quick. This probably took about 15 minutes to do. Got my spoon and a bowl. So you can, as I said, you can add any kind of vegetables or meat or anything to this that you like. It's just a nice, simple, as I said, leftover kind of pasta. I just had stuff sitting in the fridge. So perfect for me. All right, here we go. And of course, we can't forget that Parmesan. Sprinkle that over. And there we go. Simple as that. So yeah, thank you for watching this kind of throw together, finding random stuff in my kitchen dinner. But yeah, here is a quick Italian style dinner. Enjoy.